Hello, my name is Matthew Schraders, and this is my video application for the Bryce William Mitchell Memorial Foundation Scholarship. About 2 weeks ago, I graduated from Hamilton Southeastern High School, and behind me is a diorama of the display of my open house just a few days ago. I will be going over various aspects of the things on this table and how they relate to me and how they relate to Bryce. So the first thing I would like to talk about is some of my academic achievements. The first medal on this table over here is a medal I received at the end of the year for being in the top 10% of my senior class at HSE. So this medal was given to me for being the top. It was about 757 students, so the top 75 students in the senior class. This award right here is an award I received at the end of the year as well for being in the top 25 students in the senior class. So this award is made of acrylic, and we actually had a full banquet to recognize the students that were in the top 25 of the senior class. So I'm very proud of this award. It's very cool, and I really like it. This award right here, this medallion here, was given to me at the end of the year at the award ceremony, and on it, if you can read it, it says Scholar Athlete. So this medallion here was given to me for being the athlete with the highest GPA at the end of the senior year, so you had to be a varsity athlete and have the highest GPA. So I'm very proud of this award. And last up here is my salutatorian medal. So I was second in the class from Hamilton Southeastern High School. At the end of the year, I had a GPA of 4.705, and I also got to sit on stage at graduation and give the Pledge of Allegiance, actually, so that was a very cool experience. And last up here is my diploma, just to show that I actually did in fact graduate. Here we have a couple extra stickers. I got the Academic Honor sticker right here, and then also a salutatorian sticker right here. So similarly to Bryce, I was also involved in athletics in high school. I played soccer my freshman and sophomore year of high school, and before switching over to cross country my junior and senior year, and then also in the spring I ran track and field. So a couple things that show my involvement in athletics from over the years. Here are a couple of cross country bibs from my junior and senior year of high school, so these are all very cool memories to look through. Here I have a couple of my medallions that I received from over the years of running cross country. And continuing on with cross country, here I have a certificate that shows my second varsity award, so my junior and senior year. I received this my senior year after being on the varsity team for 2 years in a row. And then over to track here, I have this award for being 4 years on the varsity track team, for receiving a varsity award for 4 years. So this is a very cool award. I'm very proud of this one. And then also I received a plaque for having 7 varsity awards for being in soccer. I had a varsity award my sophomore year, and then 2 in cross country, and then 4 in track. Also, I was recognized for my academic achievement while also being in athletics. Here is a certificate for Academic All-State. I was Academic All-State for 2 years in track and 1 year for the cross-country team. Lastly here, I have a patch for being a part of Student Athletic Council. This is a council we have at Hamilton Southeastern that has representatives from each of the different sports teams, and they all come together once a month to discuss various leadership tactics, different things, showing that how we can keep our team under control and how we can basically represent Royals in the best way that we can. So on the patch here we have our logo and our motto. It says cheer respectfully, play honorably, and win humbly. So that's truly what we try to represent and carry out being members of this Student Athletic Council. So a couple of the proudest moments I have in my athletic career. As far as soccer goes, our team, my sophomore year, the varsity team, was able to make it to the semi-state finals before eventually losing to Warsaw. And that was a cool experience because it was the farthest our HSC soccer team has ever gone. We won regionals that year. And cross country, I was able to win the conference meet our senior year. Our conference is probably the toughest conference in the entire state. And there was 7 teams and about 70 runners, and I was able to place individually first and first as a team. So this panel here is actually dedicated just to this one race because I'm so proud of it. Here's a couple pictures from the race, and I also received this shield here to go on my letter jacket. It says Hoosier Crossroads Conference Champions 2014. So that was for winning the conference as a team, and I also won individually. In track and field, the best moment I had was my junior year when our 4x8 team set the school record, broke a school record that had been in place for about 20 years, and we won our regional meet. So also similarly to Bryce, I held various leadership positions throughout high school. In athletics, starting out freshman year, I was the voted team captain of my freshman soccer team. And also in the spring season, I was voted team captain of my club team, Hoosier FC. Later on, my sophomore year playing soccer, I was again voted team captain of the JV team this time before moving up to varsity. So what team captain entailed for me of doing was kind of leading the team in practice, leading stretches, leading them in the jog before we started practice. But it was also sort of an official position where during the games I would get to wear a captain's armband. And also, I was the only one who was in charge of talking to the referees. So I was in charge of keeping my team under control and communicating in a professional manner with the referees. I also went and did the honorary coin toss at the beginning of the game. So that was a very cool position, and it enabled me to promote all the characteristics, kind of like in Student Athletic Council, promote all those characteristics that we want to promote as Royals. Later on, I was the team captain of my cross-country team. I was also the #1 runner, so at the end of the year, our coach honored me with the Most Valuable Runner Award. So this award here symbolizes the hard work and dedication I put into being a leader on the team, both in practice and also in races on the course, physically. So what that kind of entailed for me of doing was just kind of leading the team in practice through stretches. And cross country and track is a very individualized sport. So when we're out there on an 8-mile run, it's kind of hard for the coaches to be responsible for what the kids are doing and making sure that they're getting in the work that needs to be done. So it was kind of my responsibility to make sure that the team was doing what it's supposed to be doing. No one's cutting corners, no one's cutting out on workouts, and everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing so that at the end of the season we can accomplish all that we want to accomplish. Lastly, not on a non-athletic basis, I was also a class officer, and I was the director of community service my freshman, sophomore, and senior year. And I received this honor cord that I was able to wear at graduation. Another quality that I share with Bryce is my involvement in the community and in my church. So as part of the church, I was a catechist for 3 years. Me and 2 other of my friends taught kindergartners Sunday school every other Sunday for an hour while their parents were at Mass. Also, my family makes a tradition to go out the Saturday before Thanksgiving and serve Thanksgiving baskets at our church, and we also make it a point to personally deliver these baskets to families that can't afford to buy a Thanksgiving dinner. And it's always great to see the surprise on their face when they see the food that we bring to them. Going along with that, also our family makes it a tradition to go out at least once a year to the soup kitchen in downtown Indianapolis to serve the food kitchen for those who can't afford a hot meal in the winter times. So going along with community service, as I said before, I was the director of community service. I was a class officer for 3 years. And lastly, I received this award during track season at the Bill Self Invitational Meet. Each school represented at the meet nominated one senior boy and girl to receive the Bill Self Award. It says for outstanding service to the school and community. So I was nominated for this award, and at the meet they presented it to us and got our pictures for it. So that was very cool to be recognized as a member of the team who was committed to service. Lastly, I was also involved in National Honor Society like Bryce, and I received an honor cord for it here. And this kind of just entails of me doing various volunteer projects from throughout the year, and also doing some tutoring hours as well. So to kind of summarize all of the characteristics and qualities that I believe I share with Bryce are 2 awards that I received from throughout high school. These awards are kind of overarching themes of characteristics and your overall personality. So first up is this sportsmanship award I received from my club soccer team, Hoosier FC, my freshman year of high school. So it kind of just shows that high moral character, and I believe it's something that Bryce would have received. Last off here is my Set a Good Example award. So the Set a Good Example award is an award I received at the end of my senior year of high school, and it's an award given to only 18 seniors from the senior class. So once again, it's about 757 students. So 9 boys and 9 girls, and it's given to them from throughout the year for basically setting a good example. So the award states here on the plaque, it says, for exemplifying high moral character, leadership, and service as a role model to your peers at school and in the community. So I believe this award truly outlines everything that Bryce kind of stood for, and what I aim to be, and how I would carry on his legacy. Just being a positive role model in the community, in the school, basically by doing all of these things. I hope all of these achievements kind of show that I would be a perfect candidate to carry on Bryce's legacy, and it would be an honor for me to receive this scholarship to represent everything that Bryce stood for. So to conclude here, as you can see, I'm obviously going to Purdue University next year. I'm not sure what I'm majoring in. I will be in the field of engineering, either chemical, electrical, computer, or software engineering. And last off, as a teacher recommendation, I would like to recommend Mr. Jed Malott. He's my AP Chemistry and Honors Physics teacher. He had me for 4 semesters, my junior and senior year. So his email will be in the description of the email I sent you. So thank you.